Welcome to Sisters in the Kingdom.
I'm Tori,
And I'm Kristen.
and we're two sisters who love all things Disney. To start us off, let's loop back to our fact or fiction. Last week, we shared the way the voice accent, so that the general public associates with pirates, comes from a Disney movie. So when you think like, "Arr, matey," and you talk like that, comes from a Disney movie.
Huh. I'm leaning towards fiction. I feel like it's something that might have existed before, like pirates, but maybe it was from something before pirates and my brain just can't do it. What is it?
It's a fact. And
Ah,
actually, my husband showed me this. So
okay.
my husband, yeah, he normally doesn't play into this stuff, but he was like, "Babe, I found this and you need to do it for a fact or fiction." So this actually comes from the 1950 film Island.
Treasure Island, not Treasure Planet.
Not Treasure Planet is a cartoon. No, Treasure Island.
No, Treasure Planet's a movie.
Well, I know, but it's an animated.
Oh, okay.
And that's about like, I don't know. Anyways,
Okay.
not one of my faves. I'm not going to pretend to know. But anyways, so it's actually, he was a British actor. Robert Newton
Mm-hmm.
had the accent and just kind of went with it. And now it's what we think all pirates sound like, even though it was just completely made up.
Okay, so Newton is who we owe this to.
Yep. Newton.
I would have never
Gravity and pirate sounds go to Newton.
I would have never guessed this to be a fact. Although it seemed very odd for you to come up with and it be fiction.
True. True. But I still think, like, it's pretty cool.
I agree. Now I know something new.
You do know something new. I think what's cool about it, though, is can you imagine, like, being an actor of any kind and coming up with some kind of accent, and then that's what everybody uses to associate something with?
No,
Like,
I
you just
can't.
change the
That
world,
sounds
essentially.
fun though.
You would love that. Like me? Nah. You? Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are we going to do today, Kay? Because this is all you.
Okay, so our main topic today is going to be all things sidekicks. But first, we have some news that with recording every other week, we are behind on news and we want to give you
We are.
guys the news that we know. So we're going to share some news, then we have a small little announcement, and then we'll get into sidekicks. And the sidekicks are why I'm wearing my Sleepy Dog ears today.
Your ears. Like I don't even have, like, you guys can kind of see in my background if you're watching this video, my ears. I'm not a huge ears person, so but they're there.
They are there.
I also have my water bottle, which I feel like I can't use my water bottle because I don't want it's a water bottle that I got signed by characters. I don't want the signatures to
To rub
bleed.
off.
So now I just have a really good Awala water bottle that I can't use.
I also have one on display, usually where I record, but currently I'm sitting on my bed because our computer broke. So we are back on the laptop. So for those of you watching, if this video is not as good of quality on my end, that's why, because this is all I have.
It's what you're working with. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so news updates for everybody. Let's start with Premiere Pass updates.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Premiere Pass started, when did it start? Like October-ish?
Yeah, a few months ago.
So October-ish, Premiere Pass started, and essentially this is your way to ride all of the rides within a park without having to be on your phone and book them. But you can only ride them one time. You don't have to do virtual queues. You don't have to pay for the extra rides. But it's insanely expensive.
So expensive.
Like, you could go to the park for 2 more days.
Mm-hmm.
For some of the parks versus paying for this.
Yes. So originally, this was when it was released for the first time, it was only for deluxe resort guests. And then it opened up a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
to be deluxe and just all Disney resort guests, right?
Yep.
And now they've expanded that bubble even more. So you can go into it.
To everybody,
Yep.
essentially. To everybody, you can buy it. The price ranges from $119 per day, which typically is going to be Animal Kingdom,
Yeah.
all the way up to $449 per person per day. And that you're looking at like Magic Kingdom. And when I say you can go to the park 2 days, maybe 3 days for the cost of this, you can.
Yeah.
Now, I
Definitely
guess
two.
if this was your once in a lifetime trip, maybe.
No. I no, that's such a stretch. If I were a travel agent, I would not advise this.
No. No.
Because
I
like
think the big thing
go ahead.
is like your regular lightning lane cost, right? So
Yep.
you have to be on your phone, but your regular one can be anywhere from 18 to over Christmas. We saw this bump up to about $39, but that was real peak time.
Hmm.
Most of the time you're sitting between like for Magic Kingdom, which is the most expensive, you're sitting about $29 to like 35 is
Hmm.
pretty normal.
Per person per day. So that will get you
Yes.
those 3 rides at the beginning that you choose, and then once you get on them, you could book another one.
Yeah. And you still have the opportunity to buy the single lane for those rides you want to do. So for like us, we have a Magic Kingdom day coming up
Hmm.
and we haven't booked it yet, but we know the cost, right?
Yes, we do know the cost.
So it'll be $29 for Magic Kingdom.
Hmm.
I believe it was $19 for Tron.
I want to say it was like 21,
Could be somewhere
maybe
around there. And then 11,
12 for
12,
Seven Dwarfs.
12.
That one stuck in my head because I was like, that one's affordable. Our mom's gonna be so excited. We can afford to ride Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. But the nice thing is, if you do that, if you want to spend that, right, which still becomes a little bit more on the pricier side, but way less than this, you can go into Magic Kingdom with 5 rides. And Tiana's is a virtual queue. So, really, if you get Tiana's, you can go in with 6 rides already booked for your day
Yep.
for far less money than what you were paying for this other system.
Significantly less money. So I don't know. It's out there. It's an option.
It's a
If
thing.
it piques your interest and you have the money for it, man, if I had the money for it and that wasn't a problem, I probably would do it.
So I will say, so there was an earnings call today for Disney, and this was talked about. And Bob Iger shared on there that changes are still happening. So it was a very vague statement. No one knows what it means. Could that mean that they're going to combine parks, kind of like how it is now, where you could do it across parks? Are they going to realize that the average family cannot afford this? I don't know. We'll see.
Or are people buying it that then they're going to get rid of one of the more affordable options? That's a whole other
Maybe.
avenue that could happen.
It could. But I'll tell you, I'll wait in line.
We'll see. That's a bolder statement coming from her.
It is. Last trip I waited in lines and it was fine. I survived.
Good.
I survived. All right, so that's that update. The other updates we have are more closing announcements, so more
Yeah.
on the sad side of one opening. But the biggest one that got announced last week was Muppets 3D is officially closing. It has been
Yep.
announced. June 7th will
That's when
be,
it's done.
it's
Did
done.
you go see Muppets? I didn't hear that in your review. Nope.
I
She
did.
didn't, and she knew it was closing. Ah.
I feel like I'm being judged.
No, you're not, because honestly, bring on in Monsters Inc. I'm so excited. Like, clear the paths. I know that's a hot take,
Let me
but
have freedom.
I'm so excited.
Really?
Yeah, that's truly my opinion. I feel like there's some people on the fence and then people very strongly one way or the other, and I'm just not that attached to Muppets. So for me, I'm pumped. I've always loved Monsters Inc., so I'm excited.
I think I like the nostalgia factor. I always talk about this. I did this a lot as a little kid. And so there's some of the warm and fuzzies that go into this ride for me. That doesn't mean I'm not excited for Monsters because I think Monsters will blow Muppets out of the water.
Yeah,
But
we're just gonna create some new warm and fuzzies.
with warm and fuzzy characters.
Yes.
Love it. The other thing is the two restaurants in the area. So Mama Melrose official last day is May 10th, and then Pizza Rizzo's last day is June 7th. There's a lot of speculation around this, and a lot of people think a Harryhausen's is going to come in,
Mhm.
which is the sushi restaurant, which people are pumped because Disney, other than Epcot, doesn't have sushi
That's
within its
true.
parks.
But I don't sushi on a hot. Okay, I'm not a sushi person anyway, but sushi and a hot day just doesn't sound like a good
Not your thing.
combo to me.
No. So we'll see. What's really exciting is this area is going to house the first suspended ride
Yeah.
in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting.
It's very exciting. I like can't even contain it. I'm pretty pumped.
You're like, yes, please.
But it's
Oh my
gonna
gosh.
take a while to build, so there's really no reason for my big excitement at this point.
There's
So,
really not. It could be years.
well, better to start now then. Um, okay, last piece of news is over at Animal Kingdom, and it's another closure. They are going to be moving on from It's Tough to Be a Bug. And so that I can tell you're videoing me.
I'm not. I'm actually
Oh,
not videoing you.
I thought she was taking a video of this.
I'm not. I was
Anyway,
laughing because last night we have a family chat with
yeah.
us and our brother, and I made a statement about being sad about this. And our brother was like, well, if you know anything about It's Tough to Be a Bug, the scariest part of this ride is when you're getting like attacked by bugs.
Under your booty. Go ahead, tell him.
And our brother just said, he's like, well, just have your husband, what did he say? Roll hot.
Roll Hot Wheels underneath of you. It'll feel like the bugs. He's so funny. Guys, if we could convince him to be on here more often, you would be thoroughly entertained.
You would, except he's too nervous. He doesn't want to be on here because he is far too nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, so this is closing.
Yes, soon. This is the soonest one. So it's March 17th.
I know.
And Tori's very sad about this, and she is trying to book a whole nother day to go to my favorite park without me during our trip.
I'm not going to go without her. She likes to make me feel really guilty. I have tried to convince her about 800 different things that I want to do during our trip, and she doesn't want anything to do with them. I've said, let's do extended
800.
hours because it would be fantastic.
These
No.
ideas, guys. She wants to start the day at 8 a.m. and keep the day going till 1 a.m. the next day.
And for those of you who are those people, you would join me.
But you were just saying how you came back from a trip and it was so nice and relaxing, and that was a great way to do Disney, and how you should like take a step back and not always go, 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 and then you
What
wanted
she
to
is
go,
not
go.
telling you is I said, hey, let's go do our Keys of the Kingdom tour. We can go back. We can go back to, we're staying at the Polynesian. We can go back and take some time at the pool, relax, and then we can come back and we can ride all the rides during extended evening hours and we won't pay for the individual. And she's like, no.
It's just for me, it was a no for this trip. And normally I say yes, but with already doing an extra tour and different things, it was gonna end up being a lot of extra.
All right. It's fine. Obviously, there's a little animosity from me on what Kay will not allow us to do on this trip.
Well, that's one way to word it.
I'm just kidding. Honestly,
It
everybody,
is.
she really is like my compass, and like I always have grand ideas. Like I think everything sounds like a fantastic idea, and I need somebody to reel me in 95% of the time to tell me like, "Whoa, slow your roll. That's not a good idea."
Well, the problem is we're both that way and we're not the only ones going, and I just don't want to drag the group.
Well, here's the thing. I think they would all do it. I think they would be drug, but then they would be exhausted. Our mom would not be functioning the next day.
No, and we don't need that. So Or just, yeah.
So we'll
Anyway,
do Keys in the Kingdom and we'll book our lightning lanes out. That'll be the plan, which
yes,
I need to book those in like two
soon,
weeks,
coming
a
up.
week.
Our trip is in,
I don't know.
I run in 18 days, so that puts the trip in, I think, 15 days
Okay.
ish. We're getting close
Are you ready?
to run.
Yeah.
No. I'm getting more ready with all the ice that St. Louis took on. That kind of destroyed January, and I did not run except once. So my goal is to, I've been picking it up. I'm back in my routine. But my goal is to PR and fun. I just want to
Oh,
cross the finish line.
okay. PR and fun. I love it. That is a new one.
It's a new statement from me for sure.
PR and fun. Love it. Okay, y'all. So we've talked about some of the news, some of the
Yes.
things that are happening, and Kay wants to give an announcement.
I do. Okay, so Tori's on TikTok. She caved. She created a TikTok, and
I
I know
did. And I want to tell you all, I had no idea how to work TikTok. I was sending her messages during my last trip, like, hey, I think I want to do this thing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I did send a tutorial. I don't know how helpful it was, but I did
She
like a
did.
screen recording of how to get in the app, all the steps.
She had to walk me through every little piece of it.
But she's on there. And so if you want to find her, I'm
Come
sure
find
we can
me.
put a little comment in too, but her handle is grumpy when not at Disney, which is really cute.
It's mine. It's me.
And then I feel like we never say what mine is, so I'm just
No.
gonna put it out there too. I'm Kristen Runs Disney. So those are
Yes.
our two. But you should check us out. And I not only wanted to announce that, but I had another little tidbit I wanted to talk about. So I saw one of your videos recently that
Okay.
you went searching for creepy cuffs at Target. So
I did.
they're those like basically slap bracelets with
Mm-hmm.
characters on them, and I just I want to hear all about your experience, and then I have a little caveat statement to say. But you
Are you
tell
going
us
to judge
about it.
me?
No, actually, the reverse.
Oh, okay.
Kind
So I started to look for creepy cuffs because I was
Mhm.
at Target with my kiddos and my son knows how much I love Ursula. And we were looking for some things and he was like, Mom, come here. And I didn't know that these creepy cuffs existed and there was an Ursula on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find this. And Kay told me that if you look through the holes and you sit down, you could try to find it. This is a whole new box of these things, and I am
Oh,
sitting
so you
on the
had a good.
floor.
That's it. That's what I. Okay, so can we? I wish we knew how to edit well enough to zoop back to this time when I said that I sat on the floor at Target looking through boxes and I was extremely judged for how I behaved myself in Target. And I just want to say it's a full circle moment because I saw the video and there was definitely a shoe on the ground with these creepy guys
But I got Ursula.
because they have them so close to the ground.
They do. They do. But I had Ursula. And you know what? They
You
also had a
did.
princess one, and we found Ariel for my daughter because she wanted it. So we have an Ariel and an Ursula.
Oh, that's such good luck.
Yes.
Yay.
So,
Well, that was it. I was thoroughly entertained by the video, but also I thought that was so funny.
oh my gosh. So yeah, so come find us on TikTok. A lot of times, if you come to either of our page, you should be able to find the other because we'll
Mhm.
tag each other in videos so you can find us and just come hang out with us. Kay tends to talk kind of about her all the time life
Yeah.
with a lot of things with running and Disney. And I am pretty narrowed in on Disney. So if you
Yeah.
want just Disney, you can come find me.
Yeah. Okay, so to the bulk of today's episode, I thought it would be fun to talk about Disney sidekicks. I feel like we don't really talk about them that often. There are tons of them. So I created a list, and honestly, it doesn't even have all of them because there's so many.
Somebody's
Um,
going to be yelling at us in the comments. They're going to be like, you forgot
we
my
skip.
favorite one.
I know. I'm worried about that. But, it is what it is. And we're going to go through kind of talk about them, what we like about them, but also we want to pick out who the funniest Disney sidekick is and why. And I don't have an
Oh
answer yet,
no.
so I'm hoping that we can come to that.
This is nerve-wracking. I don't Okay. Okay. Are we just starting at the beginning? I haven't seen this, you
Yeah,
guys. I
so I
haven't seen
just
this.
wrote some down. Honestly, I didn't put like any actual like pre-thought into which would be the funniest. I just wrote down a list of sidekicks for us to discuss.
Okay. So
Okay.
the first one she has written down is Jiminy Cricket. I do not find him funny.
No, me neither. He's just your conscience. He's like both
But he's
helpful
iconic.
and kind of just like meh. Is that a bad? Is that bad?
He's
People
just
aren't
like
gonna like that.
I feel like he's iconic.
Okay, well that's good.
Like Okay, so I think this is where we differ. I can really get into classic Disney movies, and
Hmm.
Kay is much more Pixar,
I love
newer
Pixar.
animation.
Yes.
And so I can really like hone in and be like, yeah,
Okay.
I enjoy
Either
him.
way, not funny.
Not
He's
funny.
he's not a funny one.
No.
Okay.
And I feel like he could have stopped a lot of these things. Like, why didn't he tell Geppetto Pinocchio has run off, or that there's a blue fairy that's, I don't know.
Well, I mean, a lot of the sidekicks could have said a lot of things that they didn't. They're mostly just there to be supportive and not knowing anything.
Fair. Fair. Okay. All right. So the next one is Baloo.
I love Baloo.
You do. Baloo's old school?
I know. I never see. You're the one that said I don't like old school.
True. Okay. What do you love about Baloo?
I just think he's a fun. Is he a bear? I think he's a bear.
She doesn't even know what animal he is, you guys.
I just think, yeah, because it's the bare necessities. I just think he's fun. I do not think he's very bright, but he's
Okay.
fun.
Do
I
we
don't
think
think he's funny.
do we think any sidekicks are bright? Look at the
Um,
list of sidekicks and tell me, do you think any of the
yes,
sidekicks are bright?
mostly no, but I did put the dwarves on there, and I feel like Doc has to be bright.
So out of all the sidekicks,
Out
you
of all
put the
seven,
seven
even
dwarfs
dwarves.
just for Doc, not for the rest. I mean, Grumpy, I feel like is pretty bright. He has an attitude problem,
Yeah.
but he's
Well,
bright.
um,
Yeah, you're really struggling here.
I don't know that that's what they're there for.
Okay, so what we've established, Disney sidekicks, not there for intelligence.
Yeah. What do you think of Baloo?
What do I think of Baloo?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's funny.
Okay.
He's caring.
Yes, I agree with that.
He's the life of a party.
That is true.
Like, I feel like he's a good party guy.
I like that description.
Yeah. All right. The next one is Genie. It says Genie or Abu. So who are we considering a sidekick?
Well, I feel like they're both. Are they both sidekicks?
Can we ask people? I
They're
feel
just.
like we need to ask people. Okay, you ready? Is Genie or Abu the sidekick in the film?
Wait, who are you asking?
You. I'm
Oh,
asking you. I'm putting you on the spot.
you said
Who?
we need to ask people, and then you said it, and I was like, wow, where are the people?
You are the people because I have no other people.
I feel like Genie is way more of a sidekick than Abu. Abu just kind of chases Aladdin around and really causes more problems than good.
So where I struggle is I don't think that Genie,
He's kind of a main character.
yeah, like he's a supporting role. He's not a sidekick.
Ugh.
Abu is for sure the sidekick.
Yeah, and Raja, right? Isn't that how you
Yeah.
say it?
So the other piece is it sounds like we have determined that animals are mainly sidekicks.
Yeah. Not all of them though. There are some semi people-y ones.
Oh yeah, the next one's a snowman. So I'm sure
Okay, but if we did consider Genie a sidekick, I think he's hilarious.
Genie's a good one.
like a really good one. And he can be all different things. He's constantly transforming. I think that's
So he gets points.
yes.
Okay. All right. So the next one's Olaf.
I love
Who
Olaf.
doesn't love Olaf?
His songs are so on point, and he doesn't seem to understand the concept of being a snowman.
I haven't seen Frozen 2 in a while, but who does he call? So, like, the whole thing is he's like, is it Melissa? Is it
Samantha.
Samantha?
I haven't seen it in a while either, but I listen to a lot of Disney music.
He's up there for funniest. I'll give you that.
I agree with that
Josh
one.
Gad, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, big fan.
Okay, next one. Again, some of these she can't decide who the sidekick is, so there's just multiple. So
I
this
just
one
put
is
all the ones.
Miko. Is it Flit? Yeah,
Yeah,
Flit
but
and Percy.
so it's all the animals in the movie. I mean, Nico is the main one. And
Yes.
honestly, I need to watch it. I say this every time. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. That way I'll know. I
Flit is
don't
my
know enough.
favorite. I like Flit over Miko.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you think Miko's funny?
No.
No?
I mean, maybe a
I
little.
don't remember the movie, but
I'm
before I
gonna be
came to
honest.
record, I was saying we're going to talk about funny sidekicks, and my husband said that he thinks Miko is hands down the funniest. So I don't know where that's coming from.
So I'm gonna be honest. Pocahontas is one of those as an adult, and I might get judged for this. As an adult, I have a really hard time watching. I think now that I know a lot of the things I know
Sure.
within that culture and all of these things and how Disney portrayed Pocahontas, it's difficult for me to be like, ooh, I want to put this on TV and watch it.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it's one of those that's kind of like it can go back to that time for me, and I'm okay if it just stays there.
I don't honestly remember much of anything.
It's
But
okay.
it's just like I've had to go back and watch a lot of the like
Classics.
classic ones recently to refresh my
When's the last time you
memory.
saw Dumbo?
Ugh, a long time. And it's just sad. Like I'm not motivated to watch. We're gonna get to it a little further down, but I did recently watch Tarzan and I was so pumped to watch Tarzan and I cried for basically the whole movie.
Love it. Love it. Okay, let's move on. Next one. Pegasus or Phil?
Which one's the sidekick? Because I mean, you have Pegasus, which makes sense. I guess is Phil a main character then?
Yeah, I think Pegasus. Okay, so I think Phil, like when you think of like best supporting actor, like Oscars, if you're thinking
Oh,
of a
well, that'd be
movie,
Phil.
I put Phil there. Just like who did I put there earlier? Genie.
Genie, sure.
They get like best supporting role, not
Okay.
sidekick.
Well, then Pegasus, I mean, is
Is he funny?
decent. I don't really think they're funny.
I don't think he's funny.
I think that, and I didn't even put it on the list, I don't think, but I think that Maximus is way more funny.
Oh, Maximus is funny.
Entangled.
Maximus could get the vote.
It really could, and he's not even on the list. So we're just gonna pretend he's there because he's hilarious. He's constantly like making fun of Flynn Rider behind his back.
Oh my gosh. And then when he like eats his apple, like he just like
Uh-huh. Or he tries to hide behind the bush and he pulls that like tree over and it still makes the shape of a horse.
okay, so Maximus gets points.
Okay.
You have Tinkerbell. Do you think
Is this gonna go to the same argument?
yeah.
Okay, well
Is
then tell
Tinkerbell
me
a sidekick?
who's the sidekick in that movie.
Maybe there isn't a sidekick.
All movies have a sidekick.
Is that a fact or fiction?
That's a fact.
You've decided. Actually, I think Tinkerbell could be the sidekick. Tinkerbell's mean. I don't think she's funny.
She's not funny at all.
Now, can we have a offline conversation? We're online, but just a sidetrack.
Sure.
Tinkerbell is mean in that movie.
Yes.
Right? And I get she's mean because she loves Pan.
Yeah, which is also confusing.
It's confusing. But how did Tinkerbell become the the figure of Disney. So like how Tinkerbell flies down from the
Sure.
castle. Like how is she the like thing that makes us all want to cry when we watch the fireworks when she's mean?
I mean, it's really the true redemption story.
I guess I
You
just
can
don't
be
know.
evil and still loved.
I need a real answer. Why is she there? Someone
I
tell us.
I personally don't know. Maybe that's something we should look at. But I mean, she like totally got a whole new brand. Like with all of the Tinkerbell movies that came out, like she was no longer mean.
Yeah, but what? How did that happen?
I don't remember. I did try to watch just Tinkerbell the movie the other day, and my husband was not on board with that.
He said no thanks, no
He was
thanks.
like, "What is this? And why are we watching Tinker Fairies?" I was like, "It was so good."
Should we talk about the next one, which our father would say
Yes. Oh, I meant to
Timba
bring.
and Pomone?
Oh, we're talking about Timon and Pumbaa, and our dad just can't pronounce it. I meant to bring in. I have the popcorn bucket and the sipper.
Oh,
Um,
fail.
that's okay.
Okay, Pumbaa,
Hilarious.
so funny, like truly the best.
I top. It's a top vote for me.
When I was a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog. Very nice.
Yes, so
It's
good.
so funny.
It really
It's
is.
so funny. They're funnier together. I don't know that they would be funny individually, but I do think that Pumbaa is way more funny than Timon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, next one, Mushu, hilarious.
Yes, I agree. See, we're getting into some funny
Yeah,
ones.
it's me. I'm not gonna say it right. It's me, the great dragon warrior, with the head.
He's just a great sidekick.
Now, what about Cricket? Because I think the cricket in that is pretty funny.
Oh, so did you want me to write or cricket next?
Or
This
Cricket,
time she would not have had a problem with writing all of the animals.
because the cricket's funny. The cricket has a main role. The lucky cricket.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I agree with your next one, but go
Okay,
with it.
so you guys can let us know what you think. Is Baymax a sidekick? Because I do understand that the
It's
movie's Big
called
Hero 6. It's not called Baymax.
True.
And you have Hero, who I think is the main character, and Baymax is helping Hero through the movie. So I think that would make him a sidekick, but I could see it being best supporting role and all of the friends being the sidekicks then. But there's no other sidekick.
The cat.
I knew you were going to say that. Mochi, I think it is. But if Baymax does qualify, I think that he is very funny.
If Baymax qualifies, I'll give you that. I think he's funny too. I think he gets a high
And I
ranking here.
love when he's deflating and it's like and then like
The tape.
he's like covering the tape and he's stuck in the tape and then it's slowly like filling up.
Oh. Okay. Next one. Flounder and Sebastian.
See, how do you choose? Because I think they're both sidekicks.
I do think they probably both qualify. Sebastian would qualify higher for me.
Sebastian's definitely funnier than Flounder. Flounder's just like a worrier friend that follows you around and is like, "What are you doing? You should not be doing that."
I think I can relate to Sebastian though.
To Sebastian the crab?
Not being a crab. Well,
How
I am a crab.
how so do you relate to Sebastian? I would love to hear this analysis.
I don't like when I do this because I feel like I put myself way too far out there. No, I don't think that I'm a crab. I think I am a crab. I need to describe this. I don't think I'm a crab like you can eat
An
me crab. I
animal.
think I'm a
Uh-huh.
crab like a human crab, and I am just a crabby human.
But Sebastian isn't necessarily crabby the whole time.
Yes, he
Well,
is.
yeah, I guess a little.
He's a curmudgeon.
What about Do you think that Flotsam and Jetsam are sidekicks?
To Ursula,
See.
they would be my sidekicks.
Oh, I would not choose two eels personally. If I had the choice, it would not be the top of the list.
Oh, all right. The next one, Sven. Yeah,
Sven's
you didn't put
funny.
Olaf with Sven. You decided they needed two lines far apart from
Yeah,
each
I didn't.
other.
I didn't consolidate all of them.
She said, "Nope, these are too different."
They're very different, though. I don't think Sven is that. Well, no, Sven's pretty funny too.
Yeah,
Any
Sven's.
horse, I'm learning, is pretty funny.
Ooh, good
Do
statement.
you think
Okay.
it's because, at least for me personally, when I think of the horses, I'm like, oh, that reminds me a lot of my dog.
Oh, I like that.
Like, I don't know if that's like how the animation, because I'm like, oh, like my dog kind of reacts like that to things.
I like it. Okay. Dory,
Hilarious.
sidekick.
Well,
She has her own movie.
not in Finding Dory. She's definitely the sidekick in Finding Nemo. She's helping Marlin find Nemo to
But
the
she's
best of her abilities. She's mostly just causing problems.
but okay. She's in every scene, so is that a sidekick?
Well, Pascal's in a lot of scenes in Tangled.
Pascal doesn't talk. Maybe that's the difference.
What?
Talking things are not sidekicks. Maybe that's where we.
Oh, but a lot of the sidekicks talk.
What?
So you're saying then Timon and Pumbaa aren't sidekicks?
I don't know. I thought I had it. I thought I had rationale.
Man,
It works for a lot of them.
A lot of them. They're
I don't
okay.
know.
So we're unsure about Dory. Not a top choice. Got it. What about Lumiere and Cogsworth?
I love Cogsworth and Lumiere. I love them both. I love them both.
I do too. I'm a big fan.
I, gosh, you know what I don't understand?
Okay. What?
Who in Beauty and the Beast got to turn into a talking object versus non-talking object?
Yeah, like how was that decided? The way that you're just stuck?
Yeah, like
I
I
don't think
understand.
things talk.
Footstool was dog, no talking, got it. But in the like be our guest scene,
Uh-huh.
there's like all the feather dusters that come, but they don't have mouths and they're people. How did they decide?
Huh. I don't know, maybe the ones that talked a lot, they decided they shouldn't talk anymore as inanimate objects.
They just said no, thank you.
They're like, we don't want to hear you.
Oh my gosh. Also, another Beauty and the Beast statement.
Uh-huh.
I'm way off the rails.
That's okay.
Okay, so curse is lifted,
Okay.
right? And then the people from the village come and they're like, "Oh, I missed you so much. I love you. We're back together." Like, how long was this curse? And did no one worry or wonder where these people were?
It was really long. Remember? I forget. I feel like the movie says it's pretty darn long.
It couldn't have been that long because he was a mean
He's not
teenager
that, yeah.
and is still
But I
not very
feel like
old.
it was like 15-ish years.
That's not true. We're going to figure it out, but that's not true. But what I'm wondering is why didn't these people go looking for their people?
Well, maybe most of the people that would search for them are the ones that are also stuck in the castle, and the other people really don't care about those people.
Some of them were like partners and fathers to the people in the castle.
Well, I don't know. Okay, here 10 years.
10 years.
The 10
Okay.
years was intended to end on the prince's 21st birthday. So he got cursed at 11?
He got
doesn't
told he
seem
was
right. You must
he got
find
told he
true
was
love, but you
he
don't know
was
what that is.
we got told he was evil and mean and he lived where were his parents?
I don't. Maybe we should do a whole
We
deep
need to
dive
do a
into
deep
Beauty and
dive.
the Beast.
I have lots of
We
concerns.
could start a whole series. We could deep dive into all of the princesses. I think there's a lot of concerns about all of them.
There's a lot of unpacking to do.
Hmm. I think we
Be
would
on the
need to
lookout.
pre-watch the like movies. So we would plan, since we do two
Yeah.
weeks in between, sometime before recording, watch the movie and bring
Yeah.
notes.
We will have to deep dive. That could be a whole series. We're
It
there.
could.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Pua is the next one.
Pua, and the line below says, "Hey, hey."
Hey, hey, love. Pua,
Really? I love Pua,
Pua in the first movie was in like 2 scenes.
but I still love him.
Oh no.
I can't stand Hey, hey.
Ah!
Hey, hey just causes problems. It is like.
But he's effective. He's where you need him to be.
Okay.
All right. Turk and Tantor Tar.
Love them. I love them both. I think it's
I
Tart.
don't know who I like better.
Um,
I think Turk.
I really like the friendship that they make from trying to have Tarzan go and get the hair of the elephant. And it
No.
causes their friendship. See, the whole movie's sad.
Ah, a piranha! A piranha!
Oh man. I was so invested by the end of the movie. I was like, they made more? Let's watch Tarzan 2. It's
So my
not the same.
son's favorite movie was Tarzan, so we watched it all the time. Which, if you know my son and you're in my inner circle, makes sense. My son
Yep.
loves animals, loves documentaries, so makes complete sense. But
I just
Moana was my daughter's, and that I watched more Moana more than I could ever.
Did you see Moana 2 yet?
We've seen part of it. We've had some streaming issues.
Oh.
The songs are not as good.
Nope. There's
It just-
maybe one good one. I won't
it
give
just-
anything away. But
It leaves some lacking there, but I
yeah.
don't know. All right, Jacques and Gus Gus.
I love Gus Gus.
Oh, I love Gus Gus too.
He means so well.
He puts cheese on his tail.
Yep.
He scoops it up.
They're not that funny though.
No,
Mm-mm.
but it's very cute. His shirt doesn't fit. He rolls up. He puts it down. It happens all the time. It's very cute. Thumper.
I honestly haven't seen Bambi in forever. Like, they're just so sad.
They're so sad. Between Thumper, I'm surprised you don't have Flower on here. So Flower and
I do
Thumper.
prefer Flower.
I don't. They're both. I don't know. Not my gig. So I can't really vote on those.
Okay, no vote for them. What about Ray from Princess and the Frog?
Ray is just sad. He's in love with Evangeline, who's up in the sky.
But I like him.
I like him too, but I think it's not
What
necessarily.
about, do
funny.
you think that, why am I blanking? The alligator.
Okay.
He has a name.
I would have gotten there. It keeps coming and then it goes. I can picture him.
I know, me too.
Someone's yelling at us right now.
Nope. Oh, I've even
Nope.
done a meet and greet. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, you look it up.
Da, da, da.
While you look up.
Is it Luis? I haven't gotten there yet.
No.
Louis?
I don't think so. Anyways, she's still looking.
Louis?
The dwarf. It was Louise?
Yeah. He
It doesn't
said,
sound
nah.
right. All right. He's funnier.
Yeah, I like him.
Okay, the next one's the dwarves. Again, I think they're main characters, supporting main characters. You don't have a movie without them. Which sidekick is in the name of the movie?
Be?
What?
What would the sidekick be?
None.
No,
The
the
apple.
sidekick is definitely all of the dwarves.
You don't have a movie without them.
You don't have a movie without any of these sidekicks.
Yes, you do. Get rid of one. That's an
Okay.
actual sidekick.
Olaf.
I don't think we can necessarily consider him a sidekick, but
Oh, see, now she's
rid of-
gonna debate
No, you can
everyone
get
I
rid of
choose.
him. You can get rid of him. Timon and Pumbaa, you could get rid of.
But the movies are going to be so dry without them. They have all of their own scenes. That's the whole point. They still exist. The point is, the dwarves aren't funny, but they're definitely sidekicks. If you agree, you can comment below.
They are not. They are not. Okay. Tigger.
Great sidekick. I've always been a Tigger fan.
She is a Tigger fan. Who's my favorite?
From Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Piglet?
No.
A rabbit.
No.
Pooh.
No.
Is it Eeyore? I don't think it is. How did I know that? I also love Eeyore. I have an Eeyore sweatshirt.
Eeyore's fantastic. Okay. Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
She's about to tell me they're not sidekicks.
I'm not going to tell you they're not sidekicks. I'm not going to say it. Although I think the spinning wheel could be a sidekick there. I'm just kidding.
I think they're kind of funny.
They are kind of funny. They are funny. I'll give you that.
A little bit.
Okay. This last one. Get out of here. Get out of here. Because you're just determining who you think the main character is. Lies. The last one she has on here, everyone, is Mike from Monsters Inc. What if I put Sully?
Well, he's not the sidekick. His picture he makes full body into every photo.
Mike is not the sidekick. Get out of here.
Well, I really didn't find that one online. It came out of my head.
I mean, you could go well,
nope.
Not really What about Roz?
Character. But she's not she doesn't help you with things. So she's not a sidekick.
What does Pua help with?
Just companionship.
Roz helps with paperwork.
Roz does not provide companionship.
Roz helps with paperwork compliance. It's a thing that's needed.
Okay, so Mike, we're not going to include him, but he's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
So what do we have? We have Max. We have, what do we say? Max, Olaf.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Turk and Tantor.
Okay, what's your top choice out of those?
Lumiere and Cogsworth.
You think they're the funniest?
I think that they make me feel happy.
Well, happy and funny are not the same. They also make me feel happy. I think I am going to vote.
Actually, I'm going to switch. Can I switch?
Yeah.
Turk and Tantor.
I agree. They're pretty funny. I'm very torn between Timon and Pumbaa and Maximilian.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and I can't.
You vote. Interact with us. We would love to hear from you. Tell us.
We want to know.
We really, really do. All right. Before we go, I have to end with a little fact or fiction. And this feels right on brand for today's episode in a lot of ways. But Sully from Monsters, Inc. has over 1.5 million individual hairs, and it took animators over 5 hours to complete each frame. Join us next time for the answer.
You've been listening to Sisters in the Kingdom. If you like this episode, please drop us a rating or review below. We hope you've enjoyed this little piece of Disney in your day. And remember, you are the magic.